Welcome back. This is Rachel with Lo-Casa, and today we are doing deals of the week. I'm going to go over a few different subject to opportunities. One of them we are going to start with is out in Texas, specifically in San Angelo. Now, this is where there's 7 total units available, and 1 out of the 7 is in San Antonio, but as of right now, that property is pending. So San Angelo, Texas, that is going to be where the remaining 6 are, and they're all available for takeover. The operator has given us all of the details. They've given us the amount that they're looking for, and they've also shared the numbers that they were bringing in, which will be available to you to be able to view and see and discuss if you choose to move forward. So I believe there's 2 out of the 6 that are basically identical, and then some of the others have some discrepancies. I'm going to give you guys an idea on one of them so that way you guys have an idea on kind of what you're working with. So this specific property, San Angelo, and all of them are about the same rent price, like at least very, very close. So this one is $2,200 in rent. It's fully furnished. And then if we go through some of the photos, it's designed nicely. It has a good look. It's a nice space. It's not outdated from what we can tell. It will come fully furnished. It'll come with all the different kitchenwares, the bedding, the towels, everything. Of course, if you'd like to change it up, potentially add some additional decor, accent walls, whatever it is you'd like to do, you can. This number that you're seeing, the $31,500, this is based on AirDNA. However, when we spoke to the actual operator, they were previously bringing in about $4,000 a month, so about $48,000 a year. So this is what AirDNA shows, but this is what the operator had stated, and they do have numbers to back that up. This property is in an HOA, but it does allow short-term rentals. They're looking for a one-time $10,000 takeover fee, which is negotiable. All of the different fees, most of them are around the same price, but whatever it is negotiable. So this is going to cover not only the furniture setup, but it's going to cover first month's rent and security deposits. So just with this alone, first month's rent and security is $4,400. So they're only looking for about $6,600 for the furniture. And that is before any type of negotiations. As you can see here, you can see the map. It's near Angelo Heights. It's 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, available now. Deposit is the same as first month's rent. Parking is on site. It has air conditioning. It's already permitted for short-term rentals because, as you guys know, it was already being re-rented out, arbitraged, washer and dryer included, and as we mentioned, there is an HOA. So just based on AirDNA's projections, the numbers obviously look pretty low with that 15% buffer, but if we were to up that to the $48,000 that they had stated, you're looking at closer to $1,500 a month in profit. So this is one of the 6 in San Angelo. Like I said, all of them are a little bit different. For example, as you can see here, there's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, and the rent prices slightly differ. So this one's $2,200, this one's $2,500, basically the same exact unit, but I believe they have different landlords and the landlords charge different amounts. Then we have this one, there's one for $2,100, there's one for $2,150, 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath. These are the San Angelo units. So if you guys have any questions about these, if you'd potentially like to move forward, if you'd like to discuss further, definitely let us know. Just reach out and ask about San Angelo. Now, taking it over to California. So if you guys are familiar with Oceanside, you know that they have somewhat strict short-term rental regulations, meaning that they are going to require certain zoning and certain hoops that you have to jump through. So we actually just got a yes for this Oceanside, California deal. And we have checked, it's in the correct zone for short-term rentals. It is eligible for a permit, so that is going to be a large win if this is something you'd like to pick up. Now, please don't let the photos fool you. The photos are just absolutely terrible. However, the property is in good shape. It's in a great location, and it's definitely something where if you were to do a virtual tour, I'm sure it'll show you something much different. This is just when there was furniture inside, but it does come unfurnished. That's why I think a lot of people might overlook this, is just because of the photos. Like I said, if this is a deal that you're interested in, you can move forward, you can tour it, you can do virtual. On top of that, it has some great features like an ocean view from the lifeguard tower room along with large decks. It does not have laundry inside of the home, but there are community laundry facilities on site. And then they're also going to include water in this rent price. In addition, as you can see, it kind of speaks for itself, but the location is absolutely crazy. I mean, it's literally right by the ocean, so that's great. And a really, really good location. I'm sure it's walkable. Deposit is a little under first month's rent. Parking is a driveway. They are open to longer than a 12-month lease. They're fine with a 60-day exit clause. You are going to need to obtain that permit, but like I said, we checked zoning, we checked with the city, and it is eligible. There's no HOA, and it is projected to bring in over $100,000 per year. just going down and looking at the potential monthly profit, I mean, this alone just looked insane. With $170,000 potentially coming in per year, you're projected to profit almost $9,000 a month with a 15% buffer. So if you guys have questions about this one, it is Oceanside 1220, and we will be available if you have any questions or would like to move forward. And then lastly, I'm just going to touch on a property that we have in Hollywood, Florida. This one is 1840. This one was also ran as a short-term rental. It is a takeover. However, they also have screenshots, they have numbers, everything to back it up. In addition, it's in an apartment complex that's amenity heavy. So it has a pool, I believe it has a weight room, community center, all of those great things. It's also furnished really nicely. So as you can see here, it has everything that most units would need. On top of that, I mean, you can literally see the entire city. It has a great city view. All the kitchenware, bedding, towels, it's all going to be included. Just a beautiful property. This was recently built too. So the entire building is new. Just gorgeous units. And then it has a nice large balcony. So great property. This one is going for $36.50 a month. The yearly projections are about $78,000 a year. Fully furnished already. They want first month's rent, security deposit, and furniture payout totaling $15,500. Of course, these are things that can be negotiated, but you're basically getting first month's rent security, which equals a little over $7,000, and then you're paying about another $7,500 to $8,000 for furniture. So not too bad. And then the property was previously ran as a short-term rental, bringing in at $5,000 to $8,000 per month. So like we had mentioned, if you guys want to see screenshots, if you guys want to discuss further about the financials, definitely reach out to us. We can get you in contact so you can do that. This is an apartment with 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. It's available now in Hollywood, Florida. It's also in a phenomenal location, close to the beach, close to all the different cities like Fort Lauderdale, Miami, everywhere that you want to be in South Florida. So the deposit is just $36.50, but like I said, they're wanting $15,500. Parking is on site. They're open to longer than a 12-month lease. And then in that $36.50 of rent, there's a ton included. So you're getting air conditioning. It's already permitted for short-term rentals, no HOA. Outdoor care is included because it's an apartment building. There's a swimming pool on site. Utilities are included in the $36.50 along with Wi-Fi, and then it has an in-unit washer and dryer. So this is Hollywood, Florida, 1840. And if you go based on these projections of $78,000 a year with this $36.50 rent and an additional buffer of 15%, even though utilities are included, you could potentially lower this to 10 or even 5%. And you would be bringing in anywhere from $2,300 in monthly profit upwards of $2,600 in monthly profit. So hopefully this helps. These are the properties. These are the deals of the week. Now, mind you, we do have some subject to opportunities. We just had posted a Houston, Texas subject to opportunity with an entry fee, I think, of around $30,000. And then we have a Winter Haven, Florida subject to opportunity for about $20,000. These are all properties that are available for purchase with very, very little entry. You don't have to obtain your own loan. You don't have to run your credit. You're literally able to come in, take over someone else's existing payments, and run the property as you see fit. So I hope that this helped, guys. If you have any questions at all, definitely feel free to reach out, and we'll see you on the next one.